Good evening, peeps, and welcome back to another speed paint. Or actually, I don't know if this is gonna be a speed paint. This might be... I don't know if I've recorded this or if I've even uploaded the messenger video yet. But I played the messenger, and in that video I said, maybe, I could just make a full let's play out of this. Or maybe I could just use the some footage from this game to make it that could be some cool stuff to have in the background of like a rant video or a speed paint video. So this might be some of that. I don't really know. And it's kind of awkward because this is quite close, or this is actually only released I don't know, maybe a few weeks at most from another speed paint I did that talked about a somewhat similar topic but with a very different outlook. It was kind of like positivity, and it was about stress and how being grateful can help you through that. And that's very cool. But today I actually wanted to talk about another thing, and that is that I wanted to state that right now, me as a YouTuber, I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm close to 100 subs. I'm actually growing more as a channel than I've been doing in a long time, ever since I recorded that freaking stupid October video, where I did a Halloween video once where I was editing a Doki Doki Literature Club face, and that video got 5,000 views or something. That was insane. And and back then my channel grew a lot. But this is the best sustained growth that I've had in a while. People enjoy watching my content, and I feel very happy about that. So as a YouTuber, stuff's actually going pretty great, but as a person, stuff's not been that great. And I wanted to tell you guys this. Because if there's one thing I want to be on YouTube, or if there's one thing I strive to be just as a person, then that is transparent. I think that's the best way I can become a YouTuber. And that is just to be transparent. I want to be honest. I don't want to fake. Because I actually have had a few channels before where I did I was sick at the time, and I was just doing forced positivity, and it almost made me go mad because I was being so forcefully happy all the time, and I don't want to do that ever again. So that's not just because YouTubers have been talking about forced positivity and stuff, but it's been an issue that I've dealt with myself, so I don't want to do it ever again. So that's why I want to be transparent. And that's why, the plan initially for this channel was that I knew I was going to get sad eventually. I knew I was going to get, down. We can't all be happy days. That's just life. We can't all have happy days. But the plan was to do kind of what the Game Grumps do when they're sad. And what they do is basically I wouldn't say they make it the topic, but then that's just, you can still pull through it, because the Game Grumps is actually just a podcast where it's just basically two friends sitting talking about stuff and playing together, and they can even talk about what bothers them if they need to. And it's two people that are talking to each other, which is, in my opinion, a lot healthier when you want something to comfort you, or some sort of comfort from your work as a YouTuber, than playing video games with a friend. That seems the most healthy. I wanted to do the same thing because I wanted to find comfort. If I'm having a bad day, I wanted to find comfort in recording videos and making videos, and I do that sometimes. Especially with games like Wondersong or Deltarune, because I love putting myself into this imaginary world where I can also play roles of different energetic characters and stuff, and that kind of makes me happier. It's sort of a comfort for me. And then even then, like I said a bunch of times throughout my Wondersong playthrough, that I was not in the best spot, or I wasn't having the best day, but I still found comfort in recording, and that made me that made it better for me. But now I'm kind of sitting here, and I realize that I don't really have anything else to record, and I'm just kind of sitting here with nothing. And I'm sorry, by the way, if this turns into sort of a rambly video, but I thought I had to explain some things. I'm not going through a mental breakdown or anything extremely unusual. It's not like I'm about to shut down my YouTube channel or anything like that. No. I've been through this type of stuff before, but it's just stuff that I really hoped that I wouldn't see again until I was done with school and studying. Because my plan is actually that as soon as I'm done with school, I'm gonna take 2 years off, and then I'm just gonna get some work, and I'm gonna be able to work, sustain myself, and then I'm gonna do YouTube, and I'm gonna work on art. I'm gonna work on expanding my art portfolio. So who knows? Maybe if maybe if YouTube doesn't work, I'll just like create an art portfolio throughout those 2 years where I'll actually have the time to draw and meet actually do the drawing challenge right and improve a lot and have time to improve a lot. Then I might be able to get into some sort of art school or something. That's my plan B. But my initial plan is just to really use these 2 years to kickstart this YouTube channel and improve at commentating and improve, just improve in general. I want to create good content. I want to entertain people. I really want to do this. But what's really frustrating is that right now, I'm just not in a position where I can. A lot of you probably know this, and it might seem like very milquetoasty, first world problems, right? But I have become, in school, sort of a person that people start to depend on for work, which absolutely sucks. So whenever we end up in a group project or something, I end up sort of doing more than I want to. And it's actually not because they forced me to, it's literally just because I'm a perfectionist, which fucking sucks. Perfectionism can be great, but it's something that has worked against me for years, and I know that it's been a trouble for years. And I'm actually planning to see a therapist about a bunch of different stuff, including that perfectionist approach. But it means that right now I end up doing so much work. I end up always being worried about people calling me on my phone saying, dude, we need to get some, new work, or we need some ideas or something. We need you. So I always, even though I try to lean back, and even though I try to I don't know, relax or not be the one who has to pull the weight of it all, then I sort of do. And it might sound very selfish or very once again, first world problems if you're if you're just sitting from another point of view, but there's more to the story, and that is just that I absolutely have come to despise schoolwork throughout the years. And that's for a bunch of different reasons, but the main thing, I think, is because school was one of the main drives behind me, actually getting a clinical mental condition that bogged me down and actually took what I'd say 3 years of my life. I'm still not quite over it, but it's taken, because it started when I was 15, Jesus. It's just been bogging me down. And in case you're curious what it is, when I was 15 years old, I got diagnosed with a clinical severe depression. And that was for a bunch of different reasons. Actually, funny enough, I was doing YouTube at the time, and that was one of the things that really stressed me out. The fact that I had to upload, and that back then I uploaded every day. So, and I would actually upload every day if I could. I would put that onto myself, but I know the fact that I could get a setback if I try to, so I want to have free time to be able to do it. But anyway, that's a tangent. But yeah. So I was sick during those years, and those, in that first year, in that actual depression period, I didn't go to school for 4 days a week. But back then there weren't there weren't that many issues with me not being present at school. That didn't cause any great problem as long as I got good grades, which I got, which was nice. Then it wasn't a problem. But as soon as I got to high school, maybe, or college, I don't know. It's kind of a weird system we have here in Denmark. But then it became a lot worse because I had to be present, and even when I was feeling the most shit of all. And when I couldn't, because in case you don't know, then your different stuff like your focus, your ability to be cognitively present in class and focus, even force yourself to focus. When you have depression, or I don't know if this happens to everyone, but for me, my willpower got completely drained because I put so much willpower into different stuff, I don't know, doing YouTube or just not going. There was a bunch of different things that I was doing at the time, but it just took all my willpower. I remember even sitting watching motivational videos just to get through every day. And then I did what I didn't realize was that I was overstraining myself so badly that the aftermath of that, I used to have tunnel vision, by the way, but the aftermath of that I still feel today, because even today, if I don't really, or if a class isn't in my biggest interest, I think that's the best way I can say it. Then I can't focus. I can't work in class anymore. I can mostly work when I just sit here at home, by my computer. So that's why I postpone a lot of the work. I don't even work in school, but then I just take that up after school, meaning that I have always more schoolwork to do when I come home than others. And the fact that they also press a bunch of work onto me, maybe not consciously, but they still end up doing it, that really has been stressing me out a lot lately. And the fact that, and then the most stressful of all, the most freaking annoying thing of all, is that it's been messing up my ability to like upload every second day as I promised. You might have noticed that there's been some few gaps here and there where I haven't been recording or where I haven't been uploading my videos, which really sucks because for me it's important to have that consistency. It's important for me to know that at least somewhere, at least in, if not anywhere else, then at least in YouTube, I'm still getting those video number counts up. I'm still making progress there. I want to be constantly making progress on YouTube, and I can't wait till I get out of school so I can put my full focus into it, and I don't have to juggle around with both schoolwork, extra schoolwork, other people's, what they were supposed to do, their work, and YouTube, and just also living by myself now. I know, big trouble, right? But I also moved out not very long ago, so that's also another thing that I have to think about, like just even making food and surviving. Once again, big problems, big world problems, right? I don't even have a job, so that's going to be interesting as soon as I get out of school. But to a lot of people, this might seem, once again, not like a very big deal, but for me, it is. And I don't know if that's just because I'm like emotionally and mentally weaker after I've been sick. And that's also some stuff that I'm going to talk to a therapist about. By the way, I've been seeing therapists a bunch of times throughout my life. If you're struggling with anything, trust me, therapy, it can freaking work a charm. You might stumble upon that occasional therapist that's an absolute asshole that doesn't know anything about what they're doing, or they might just even not have any sort of profession in the area of expertise that you need them to be. Then just to say, fuck that therapist and move on to the next one. Therapy, it can help. It does help. So I really recommend you do that, and that's why I'm doing it myself. Or I'm gonna, in a very short time, I'm gonna start it up again after having like a half-year break or something. That's always healthy, just to keep track, and especially to prevent further stuff from happening. But anyway, all I wanted to say is that I'm sort of in a deprived period. This has happened before, and it's gonna sound very sad and teenagery. It's gonna sound like a bunch of teenage angst if I try to explain to you what that entire process of, like, I don't know, recovering from that is. And I'm not gonna subject you guys to it. Yeah, I'm not here to down your day or anything, but I just wanted to be transparent, and I wanted to say that there might be a few fallouts in videos. There might be a few times that I miss my upload schedule. And there might even be a few times where I unconsciously seem way too happy in a video. And that's because I'm forcing it. That's not even on purpose. That's just unconsciously that I sort of push it extra far, or I have to hype myself up before recording a video. I'm sorry, that's not really intentional. That just occasionally happens, and that's sort of out of my control. So I can try to focus on it, but I'm sorry if that still happens occasionally. But yeah, what can you take from this video? Be nice to yourself. Be nice to yourself. And remember to, if you ever feel like weird in a way that you've never felt before and you're worried about those emotions, I recommend seeing a therapist. Or at least just going to a therapist just in case, because most mental conditions and stuff can be prevented beforehand. So don't fuck up like me. Don't end up getting like 3 years of your life absolutely obstructed by stuff that could have been prevented. That will be stupid, especially now that you have the knowledge, so don't do that. And also, if anyone tries to be lazy and put the work on you, say fuck you. Say fuck you, I'm gonna... Or if it's group work, say you do your part. And even if even if they suck at school, or even if it's a coworker that sucks at their job, don't take it onto yourself. Don't be a perfectionist prick about it, and take that work for yourself, or put that onto yourself, even willingly, because they're just gonna be, oh, that's so nice of you doing that, and then they're just gonna lean back and do nothing. Even if they're bad at it, make them do some of that work. They can still lift some of it, and even if that costs the quality, then you like that extra stress in your everyday life. It's not worth it. But anyways, I'm sorry this video got like a little more, or way more serious than most of my videos do. But there is a side to a bunch of the stuff that I do that like you just don't really get to see in the videos, and I want to be more transparent. It's one of the goals that I've set for becoming a YouTuber, that I want to be a very transparent YouTuber. And I just haven't been given the opportunity to really show it through my normal videos. So that's why I decided to kind of set this aside and address the different issues so people know now. I don't know how many people are going to watch this video, by the way. But that might be some of the topics that I take up in like speed paints or stuff. Like different disorders, mental disorders. Because it's not because I'm extremely edgy or something, or it's on purpose. I actually think of myself as an optimist, but I'm just really unfortunate when it comes to mental health. And I've been, like my entire youth was basically just obstructed by different conditions and stuff. So that could be interesting to take up, and even see if there's other people who's been dealing with the same, and can tell me if I'm just rambling out my ass or if I'm actually onto something, and that's kind of like, oh yeah, that is what it feels like. But anyways, sorry for rambling, and this got way too long. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.